Still a man.
Spank the unruly ones.
It's indecent, it's vulgar, it's blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
Loveline's meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Yes, it is. I'm he is she, and the phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Bucko 9 will be our guest tonight. We had the pleasure of bringing these guys out on stage at Camp KOME in San Jose. What is that now, a week ago? Just about.
A little over a week ago.
A little over a week ago. Nice guys. Crowd, good crowd. All right, so they'll be in here after the break. And what else is new? Drew's getting a colonoscopy.
Yeah, I've never seen your eyes light up quite so much as when you heard that. That really was quite a moment for you, wasn't it?
And it's funny you use the terminology. Yeah, they're giving me the full banana.
Did I say the...
I think you said the full banana when I was asking you about the extent of the work that they're going to do.
The whole enchilada.
I'd rather take a banana than an enchilada, personally. What are they going to do to you, Drew? What's the procedure? How's that go? You know what? I hate to say it, but my father just got done having a little work done downstairs there himself. Very painful, so on and so forth. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? It's about time that I go in and get checked out.
I told you.
I've made it 30... please, Drew, don't... Well, I guess that is on the subject. 33 years I've made it without anything going into the bung. And I'm really proud of that. It's a bit of a streak I'd like to try to keep alive.
Yes.
You know, it's like when, what's his name on the Oreos? Oh, that's the problem with dealing with Cal Ripken Jr. It's just something you want to keep alive. You have any idea what I'm talking about, Drew?
Still had a hitting streak?
No.
Pitching streak? Winning streak?
You're not aware that Cal Ripken Jr. set the record for most consecutive games played?
No.
Just, it was all over everything about a year and a half ago?
If you say so.
Okay. Taking Lou Gehrig's record, there's a disease named after him. Perhaps you've heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Okay. You're familiar with the great shortstop Ashkan Schlatter? A little medical humor there for the kids at home. All right, so Drew, geez, I think about how scary my job is that I have to turn to a guy and ask him about anything that has to do with American culture, and he just looks at me with a blank stare each night. You know that movie with Darth Vader? What was the name of that movie again? It's just escaping me, Drew.
Star Trek?
Couldn't tell you. Star Trek. Better. All right, so what are they going to do? What is the procedure with the colonoscopy?
You get cleaned out for a couple days.
Mm-hmm. How does that work?
Liquid diet.
Walk us through it. So it's just straight gin for 2 days?
Liquid diet, and then you take something called Go Lightly, which is the greatest misnomer of all history, which is Go Like Hell is really what it should be called. And you drink several gallons of that, and it just flushes through, and then you go to sleep.
So 2 days of no eating any solid food?
Right.
Just juice and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And that won't clean you out, though?
Nope.
Why not? There'll still be stuff in there?
Yep.
Stuff you ate from 3 days ago?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What about if everything's working, functioning properly?
You got to actually, there has to be spick and span in there to be able to see everything. You know, it has to be clean, flushed.
Yeah.
You know, what I do is put liquid through or in.
Right. It's like you're going spelunking and you don't want a bunch of stalactites and stalagmites hanging off the cave.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Or more like you want to see the stalagmites and there's a bunch of moss and stuff on the cave. You want to spray it off.
You clean yourself out.
Yeah.
And now you go in on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then what?
Go to sleep and have somebody take a fire hose and...
Now you just doze off on your own or they actually give you something?
They give you something.
And they put you under?
Yeah.
And then they get up in there with the camera?
Yeah.
Just the camera or the crew? Is the crew going with?
The crew stands outside.
Oh, that's good. They had to send the whole crew up there. All right, so then they feed a snake up there, right? With a camera lens on it, using the fiber optic technology?
Right. Correct.
And how far does it have to go before it gets to the chamber?
The chamber? You mean until it's all the way in?
Yeah, until it gets to where they want to see it.
Well, they want to see all the way along, but they're going to go as far as about 9 feet.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you... They do not put 9 feet of cable in your ass, Drew.
I do a scope that's 3 feet routinely. That's the sigmoidoscopy. That's a common thing.
You talking about on your wife? Or?
That's the first third of the colon. The next 2/3 are the remainder. And if you're going to go the whole way,
oh my!
feet,
and did they
roughly?
Did they work it in just like the Reuter guys do with the big spindle cage and the 1/2-inch drill motor?
No, it's just like a big hose. Feed it in.
You better hope they put you out before they unroll that 9-foot.
I've done it on people.
Last time we used we got to 11-foot with Burl Ives in 1971. That's been the record so far. All right, so they use the 9-footer, and they feed all 9 feet up into you.
If roughly.
Is that as much tract as you have down there?
Colon.
I mean, much colon as you have down there?
Yeah.
And then they look around.
Yeah.
And they take some pictures?
Yeah. I mean, you're looking on. Most of them now look on a video screen, and just if you biopsy anything that's suspicious, that's the important thing.
And they wake you up when it's over.
Yeah.
And let's see, what other good questions do I have? Do you have to shave?
No.
No, they don't do that.
Well, in your case, in order to get to the material, they need access. So.
Right. All right, so if you're excessively hairy down there, they'd have to take care of a little business.
Have to do something. Just a pruning, as you would say.
All right, they feed that in, and then now, do you have any problems, or are you just getting a check?
I've been sick. I've been sick since you and I were in Iowa.
Right, but what's that have to do with the colon?
That's what I've been sick with.
Colon what?
Pain.
Really?
And problems.
How does that manifest itself? I may have that, too. Maybe it's some of that crappy casserole we ate in Iowa.
Could be.
By the way, Iowa, a place where the casserole was just introduced last month, by the way. You know how out here in California and L.A. especially, you haven't even heard the term casserole in many years? As a matter of fact, if someone says casserole, you think it's some kind of bizarre sexual...
Or a historical reference.
Yeah.
The top period piece.
But it's all the rage over there in Iowa. Drew and I had a lovely casserole. It's basically, here's what we'll do. We'll take some noodles, we'll mix it with lard and breadcrumbs. There you got your casserole. I would sue the whole state of Iowa if I were you, Drew. So how do you know when you have colon pain?
Abdominal pain and diarrhea. That kind of
Oh, yeah. But you've not been gassy.
No.
You've been very discreet if you have. Okay, so they're going to check.
Thank you for noticing.
They're going to check it out. Now, how often should you get checked out if you're, let's say, over 35?
One of the reasons I'm getting checked out more, we're sort of compelled to do this, is there's a lot of colon cancer and colon polyps in my family.
No.
And so, and I've been a little bit anemic and stuff. So it's just important to do that. So at 40, probably people with a strong family history should be checked. Everybody else should be checked every 3 to 5 years after 50. Everybody.
All right, what about by 33?
No, you're fine.
I shouldn't get checked? Don't they say you should have...
You should get checked with this.
With the finger?
Yeah.
Your finger? I noticed you're holding up?
No.
Just anyone's finger?
No.
Why? What are they looking for with the finger?
Prostate and blood and any rectal tumors and things.
You know, one time I went over to eat at my grandmom's house with my stripper girlfriend. She had a couple bottles of Chardonnay, and she was trying to talk my stripper girlfriend into checking me out.
What?
Oh, yes. I mean, she wasn't...
This is a story I've never heard.
Well, she always tells me she listens to the shows. Helps her fall asleep, she says. But and Grandma, if you're listening, you know I'm not lying here. She was not convincing her to do it, but she said, I've heard that that is something that a woman can do for a man, and that a partner can check out a man, and it can be quite pleasurable as well. Is this true, Drew?
I've never made that recommendation.
But could a layman put their hand in your ass?
No.
Why not?
Because you have to know what you're feeling.
Yeah,
you have to felt a lot of them. If your stripper girlfriend's felt a lot of prostate.
Yeah, but if a guy can check out his girlfriend's breasts and feel for lumps, why couldn't a woman put her finger in your butt? Jesus, Mike, you scared me. Mike's got a new sound effect.
I wouldn't consider that an adequate examination. Even the beginning of an adequate exam.
All right, Grandma. All right, Bucko.
Trying to convince your girlfriend to do something.
I think she was.
Weird.
Bucko. Oh, believe me, I'm going to hear an earful tomorrow when she calls.
Yes, Your Royal Highness.
Jonathan.
Yes.
Hey, you're 25.
Sadly.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I was out to dinner with my grandma and my dad the other night, and my grandma says, I always hear you harping about me and your mom. You never say anything about your dad. How come? And I said, I like him. And then she got really pissed.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, I love your show, man. I've been listening for a while, and I've always been real impressed. Should I just go?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I met a girl named Michelle back in July. We started in a very deep, intense relationship. Kind of stole her away from her boyfriend, who was unattentive and was not very good with her 5-year-old son.
Mm-hmm. You work with her?
No.
Was it his 5-year-old son?
Huh?
Was it his 5-year-old son?
Well, no, it was from her marriage. She's still married, but she's getting divorced. She's been separated for 2.5 years.
Just that history, just what you've told us so far. I don't know what the problem is yet, but I just don't know. Are you aware how crazy the circumstance is?
Oh, it gets better.
Well, but the point is, I mean, to put this in the context of it was this deep, loving, caring relationship, no, it couldn't have been. Well, it may have been intense, and it may have been wild, and it may have been a lot of things.
It was. Well, it was passionate and it was intense.
Sure.
Hold on.
Which is basically a fantasy of sorts.
Drew, quiet down for a second. Let me try to find something out. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. She has a 5-year-old son with the husband that you got her away from.
She has a 5-year-old son with a husband whom she's still married with.
Her husband's in the military in Korea. Wants nothing to do with her or the son.
Sure, and so she says.
And she's gone through various relationships.
She was shacked up with a boyfriend.
Okay.
Came along.
All right.
Treated her with love and respect. Blah blah blah.
Okay. How old is she?
She's 22.
Was your mother or father alcoholic?
Father not in the picture. Never knew him.
No, yours. Yours?
My father?
Yeah.
My father's a rabbi. He's a good guy.
Your dad's a rabbi.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy, actually. He's real.
Actually, rabbis are good.
My dad's a good guy. I love
Priests are scary, but rabbis are good. You never hear about the rabbis molesting anybody.
No.
Why is that?
Because they're allowed to sleep with their wives? I don't know.
Not a bad point.
Anyway, it gets better from here. This boyfriend went off on a long road trip, so he was out of the picture, which took some pressure off. Her roommate kicked her and her son out because her roommate's family, father and sister, were coming in from Arizona. So she ended up moving in with me, all three of us in my bedroom at a townhouse I share with friends.
Oh, boy.
As it is, we're freaks. We're both in the goth industrial scene. I met her at a club called Trax.
I'm just trying to. What's up with you?
What's up with me?
Yeah.
He's in the goth and industrial scene.
Yeah, I'm a pretty mellow guy. I mean, I work as a night security guard.
Oh, you are breaking your rabbi dad's heart, I got to tell you, Jonathan. He had such plans for you. Such plans they had for the boy.
No, even worse, I'm a musician, so.
Oh, he's this close to killing himself. Oh, you're breaking his heart. Is your mom Jewish, too?
Yes.
Oh.
They're actually pretty cool. They're pretty mellow, and they're very accepting of my choices in life. They're very supportive. I count myself very lucky with all the people I know who've had all the messed up childhoods, who have gone through hell. I count myself very lucky.
All right. He's not trying to hide the motts in your ass during the Seder?
I was an ADD child myself. The child, by the way, is ADHD, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I was Ritalin until I was 12, and I've been on every other medication since then, including Prozac. That's a whole other story.
Okay.
But I'm very aware. I'm very in touch with my things. I'm in therapy. I've taken care of myself pretty well.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, it gets better. Pressure started to get intense. We had to find a place to live by October 1st because my roommates do not like kids. Long and short of it is, she started getting very stressed over money, over where we were going to live, and the other night she went to a club. I work, as I said, nights as a security officer. She went to this club, ran into a friend of mine, started talking about her stress, suddenly got her head together, and also that night her ex-boyfriend came back in town. Needless to say, she dumped me and is going back out with this boyfriend, and worse off...
What's your question?
Well, he's living at my house right now until the 1st. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do.
He is living at your house?
He's living in my house. In fact, last night, him and her and this other girl, friend of theirs, is sleeping in my bed.
Jonathan gets the award for the most codependent human being I've ever spoken to.
Oh, God.
I've yet to speak to somebody that will well, a couple, I guess.
Drew talks to a lot of codependents, too, Jonathan.
I mean, please. You don't have to put up with this crap. It's totally
well, I mean, I've kind of come to terms with it in the fact that...
Forget all these intellectualizations. It's not coming to terms. It's BS.
I realize that I don't need her if she's like this.
Look, she's gone. She's history. She has made her choices. She's gone. I feel sorry. I feel devastated for that child that she has to live in that chaos.
The problem for me is that the child, Eric, is desperately looking for someone to be a father figure.
But Jonathan, you're saving everybody. Is there anybody you're not taking care of out there in the world? Is there anybody you're not taking care of out there in the world?
Yourself.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Good answer.
I just...
Jonathan, listen to me. We can hear the confusion oozing from your pores.
Yeah.
You made a mistake with this woman. She's not a good woman. She's very confused. She's very troubled. Unfortunately, that's what attracted you to her. You're going to look back at her leaving you as one of the greatest days of your life in hindsight, because this woman is a handful and a half. Yes.
I guess the nickname should have let me know right off the bat.
Which was?
Her nickname is Psycho Twinkie.
All right.
Of course, mine is Evil Boy. So.
All right. Well, mine's Chocodile. So we all have our crosses to bear. Drew, you never heard of a Chocodile?
No.
Okay.
I used to love those.
All right. Jonathan, I'm done with you. Get rid of her, move on, and stop worrying about ways to get her back. And listen, let me say this, by the way. All moms that are into the goth/industrial scene with 5-year-olds, that's enough. Stop. You got a kid. You're into the goth and industrial scene, and you go home to a 5-year-old. Please. This nonsense is for kids. Goth and industrial. You should grow out of this by the time you're in junior high, for Christ's sake. Maybe if you're stupid, 10th, 11th grade, but certainly not with a 5-year-old.
Well, you sort of relinquish your right to be a kid when you have a kid. Would you say?
Yes, and I would say being into the goth/industrial scene is the pinnacle of being a kid.
When you say when you're a mom or dad, you shouldn't be in any scene?
Yeah, you know what your scene? You should be on the cleaning and weaning scene. Cleaning/weaning, not goth/industrial.
Wow.
I got to write a book. Andrea.
Yeah?
You're 17.
I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a first-year med student, and I'm about 6 years younger than the rest of the people in my class.
How did that happen?
I don't know. My parents.
Would you go to college when you were 14?
13.
Wow. That's got to be interesting. There was a 12-year-old in college when I was in college.
Really?
I always wonder what kind of an emotional impact that would have. I mean, you really don't get any peers, do you?
No.
How do you date? She's in medical school with a bunch of 21-year-olds, 25, 23-year-olds even.
Are you Asian?
No.
Really? Wow. I thought only Asian people made it to college when they were 13.
I'm not Asian.
Okay.
Saturday night I went to a party so that I could meet people, and someone gave me a drink, and about 20 minutes after I finished it, I was like really sick to my stomach and dizzy, and I could barely stand up. And I started to walk back to my dorm room, and I could barely walk, so this guy offered to help me, and that was probably around 1 a.m., and I woke up about 10 a.m. In a park, and I don't remember what happened.
Was there sex involved, or you have no idea?
I'm pretty sure there was.
There was?
Yes.
You were raped?
Yes.
Have you been to the emergency room?
Not to have anything else like that. I was having problems breathing, so I went and I had 4 broken ribs.
4 broken ribs?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. And you didn't have a forensic examination to check out, to document the rape?
No.
Andrea, now, I know you're only 17, but you're a first-year medical student, okay? Go to an emergency room, report this through social services in the ER, get the proper forensic data collected, get this taken care of. I don't know what... I'm worried also, by the way, that you have got some significant medical problem here, like an ulcer or gastritis or something else that might have caused you to have an altered sensorium. I mean, I think you're building a case that somebody had done something to you or slipped something to you. I'm not clear that this is not a separate medical issue that was sort of brought to the surface by alcohol exposure.
Well, wait a minute. You're saying that somebody slipped you a Mickey, though, aren't you, Andrea?
That's what she's suspecting, but she was vomiting. She may have been volume depleted. I mean, all kinds of things can happen.
Well, was the guy you met, the same guy was at the party with you?
I don't remember. I didn't know who it was, and I don't remember, like, a face. I just, know he was tall and had dark hair. Go
to the emergency room. Go now. Get the proper help, the proper evaluation. This could be more than what you think it is. I mean, this could be a separate medical issue. I mean,
no, but Drew, why are you stuck on this? Why not just the rape part?
Because that's part of what will be done. That she will meet the police.
I know, but why do you think there's some... If some guy put like a roofie in her drink, why do you think there's a medical problem?
Because look, here's the story. She has some alcohol. She gets sick and vomits and gets lightheaded and then gets confused and then becomes unconscious until the next morning. That is not the roofie story.
It isn't.
No. That is not anything story. That is something's going on medically until proven otherwise. I mean, could she have had a seizure? Yes. Could she have had a cardiac disturbance? Yes. Could she have had an infection? Yes. I mean, these are all potential. Could there be something else going on medically that's not expressing itself? Yes. It needs to be evaluated. Okay?
Okay.
All
right, Andrea.
All right. And then the rape issue needs to be managed as well, and that can be done through the emergency room.
See? I mean, you can be academically able to go. See, I don't know if I'd want my kid going to college at 13 or 14 years old. I mean, it's just, there's a big difference between 19, 20 and 13, 14 in terms of where you're at. I mean, a lot of guys just go to college to get laid or to get drunk and get laid. I mean, let's face it. You know what I mean? And they'd see anybody on campus and figure they're fair game, right? I mean, you don't think of underage people being on campus. Yeah, okay. The Dr. Drew School of Radio, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of head nodding and occasionally a raised brow. I see you, Mike. Karen.
Yes.
You're 17.
Yes.
You have large breasts?
Yes.
What size?
I'm a 36D, but I'm a really full D right now, and I kind of keep going.
Really?
Yeah.
How big's the rest of you? Just because it's important.
I'm pretty proportional. I mean, I go like, my measurements are 39, 28, 38.
So you're curvaceous.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
All right. And so you're a lot of woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have a question about breast reduction. Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay. How big is your butt? All right, hold on. Oh, that was me.
That's great.
All right, hold on, Karen. We will get into the breast reduction. I will be taking the argument of con. Drew will be for the pro side, and Buck 09 will be in here as well, all after this.
Oh.
Hi, this is Kelly from the Sneaker Pimps, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
This is that was definitely one of those had to be here kind of jokes, but we'll just I'll see if I can do what just happened justice. Although it's one of those things that it's real funny to those who experienced it, and kind of anticlimactic to those who it's described to. Anyway, John and Jonas are here from Buck 09. Hi, guys.
Hi. Hey.
I don't know if you just experienced what happened there, but tomorrow, well, I'll be real quick, and then we'll get into Buck 09. Day after tomorrow, Olive, the band Olive, is coming in here. I said to producer Ann, I don't know what song Olive does. Producer Ann said, sure you do. K-Rock plays it quite a bit. A lot of other stations play it, and I'm sure you've heard it. And I said, well, I don't know. And she said, well, why don't I play it, and I'm sure it'll sound familiar. And I said, well, that'd be great. Fully expecting for it to sound familiar, because I never know the names of the bands. I can't hook them up to the song sometimes, and I can't even hook up the name of the song to the song I like.
Right.
I thought Taking Care of Business by BTO was Taking Care of Pistons for many years. So the point is that she goes in and plays the Olive song, and I haven't heard it. It sounded to me like Sade meets Kool in the Gang or something. But
until all of a sudden,
it's this real mellow thing, and then all of a sudden, and we have it up on the speakers in here in the studio, and all of a sudden it transitions into something that sounds familiar, a musical riff. And I look at Drew and Ann, and we're listening to the whole song, trying to pick out, well, is this familiar or not? And then all of a sudden we both go, oh yeah. Oh, no, we know this part. This part sounds real familiar. And then I said to Drew, like an idiot, you know what, Drew? That's the part we used to lead in out of commercials. And then we heard the drop and realized, hey, it was the part we lead into, and it had nothing to do with Olive. But, right. Mike, how did you do that transition so smoothly? He must have potted one down and came right up with the other. Wasn't any abrupt change, right. And it just sounded like more of the same song. So, again, boring and tedious if you're listening to me tell the story, but kind of weird in here. All right, so let's get back to Buck 09. Where do I want to start? Okay, so how many people do you think were out there? We brought them out on the second stage at KOME, and I know that doesn't sound thrilling, but you got to understand this second stage that they had at the Camp KOME a couple weekends ago was bigger than many first stages. They basically had a chain link portable fence that was put up, a temporary fence, and it probably could have held 1,500 people, but there must have been 2,500 packed into a very small area, and they had a cool stage. And you guys, we brought you guys on, and the crowd went ballistic.
They loved you guys.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was talking about. They were kind of lukewarm for Buck 09, but they really went nuts when I hit the stage. Everybody.
That was a dysfunctional stage.
I was and who else was on the second stage there? Because it was a real strong lineup.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like MXPX played, Less Than Jake,
Blink
182, and Real Big Fish.
Right, which is a first stage in a lot of markets.
Could be, yeah, could have been.
And I was saying to somebody from KOME, I can't remember who, maybe the van drivers, we were being whisked away. I said, the main stage, obviously there's, 18, 20,000 people, but they're kind of spread out, and you can see some bare seats. And even though it was a big audience, or you're playing to a larger audience, it certainly didn't have the same sort of rock and roll feeling and atmosphere than a bunch of people just packed into a smaller area did. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Definitely.
It was so fun.
And you guys are then going out with, I'm told, Primus.
Mm-hmm.
And that starts, well, when do you do the Smash Mouth thing?
The Smash Mouth thing actually is going to start not until, like, November, I believe. It's like November 4th or 5th, something like that.
So you're going out with Primus immediately then?
Immediately, yeah. Starting Thursday, we start with Primus for, like, a month. And then that takes us up to, like, this thing we're going to go and do Japan. And then we're going to come back and do Smash Mouth in, like, November.
Are you doing Japan? Oh, you're doing Japan with Primus?
No, we're doing Japan on our own, actually.
Oh, okay.
We're doing Japan with this band from Chicago called the Blue Meanies. They're kind of like a ska-core band.
Drew, do you know what the reference to Blue Meanies are?
Yellow Submarine.
Oh,
I had a life before 1978 or so.
That's right. Back when our listeners weren't born, Drew had a life. Drew knows all the references to our unborn listeners.
That's right.
Anything current, he's out to lunch. So that's good. All right. So going out to now, when you go and play Japan, and this may be naive / insulting, but do they know you guys over there?
Yeah,
Are they waiting?
Actually, yeah. We were asking ourselves the same question the first time we went over there, which was last year. And we went over there, and to our surprise, they not only did they know us, but they knew our songs, and they were singing our songs back in English. Like
they didn't even speak good English at all.
Yeah, they spoke horrible English, but they could sing the hell out of some Buck 09 lyrics.
It just popped into my head. But think about this: American culture wouldn't really put up with that. I mean, the Japanese or Asian cultures and European, to some degree, are really into American stuff.
Right.
Like Japanese love a pair of Levi 501s and a big Cadillac. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we're not all waiting in line for a dim sum and, ground up rhino horn for an aphrodisiac. You know what I'm saying? Here's what I mean, is you guys can go over to Japan. I mean, you're not a huge American band.
No.
You're up and coming.
Yeah.
People know who you are.
Yeah.
But it's not like, I don't know, The Who or something is going over there. A band the size of Buck 09, and again, don't take this the wrong way, from Japan, could not come to the States and have everyone, waiting at the docks for the boat to come in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, this is good. It means you get to go around and play. I hope you guys understood what I was saying there.
I totally understand.
All right, well, just to show you that I am a nice guy, I want to hear My Town. No.
The one call first, then My Town.
That? No. Ann, were you trying to say something? I can't hear you.
None of us could.
Okay, here's the deal. I want to play My Town because what we do here on Loveline is a lot of the times people know the songs and they know the band name, but like me, they don't sync the band name up to the song. And that way we'll play this and everyone will go, oh, yeah, I like that song. And then they'll equate that with Buck 09 and they'll give you your due respect after that. All right, so, Mike, you got it? You got My Town queued up? Here it is, Buck 09. Right. Is that it?
That's it.
Buck 09 off of the 2018 CD with My Town. And I am. I'm not going to get into all the No Doubt and all that junk. But I'm just glad to have horns back in popular music.
cool.
I love horns, always did love horns, and as a matter of fact, my whole thought with the horns is, especially when you see a band live, like, if you see a band do a song that you've never heard of before, you know, it's kind of a bummer when you see them do it live.
Yeah.
Like a band you're really into comes out and does a new album that hasn't been released yet, and they don't do any of the good stuff or the old stuff. If they got a full horn section, all's forgiven, because I can get into it.
Yeah.
But if it's like bass, drums, and a guitar, forget it.
Yeah.
I love the horns. Drew?
Same.
Really?
Yep.
Drew digs the horns. All right, we'll be back to talk more to Buck 09, and we will finish off with, who was it? Karen with the large breasts, all after this.
Hi, this is Aaron, Scott, and Tavis, and we're Real Big Fish. You're listening to Loveline
with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Huh? All right. Yes, you is. John and Jones are both here tonight from Buck 09. Name of the CD is 28 Teeth, and we'll probably hear something else off of that CD as the night wears on. Now, as promised, though, we got to get back to 17-year-old Karen, who's has a question about her breasts.
Lose them.
Karen?
Yes.
So, let me just get this straight. You have a 36D, and it's still growing.
Yeah.
And the rest of you's growing too, though, right?
Yeah, probably. Going pretty good.
So you're
I think it's the same height, though. That kind of sucks. But anyways.
You seem to stay at the same height, is that what you said?
Yeah.
What is the question?
I was wondering, because I get a lot of, like, lower back pain and stuff, and I talked to my mom, and she assumes it's from my breasts, and I don't know, I get, a lot of lewd comments and stuff at school, and it's not just from guys my age, it's, like, guys older than me, too, and it really kind of disgusts me.
Talking about, like, faculty?
No, not faculty, but...
Okay.
But this is something you're going to have to learn to deal with. I mean, this is the way some men are, and it's an unfortunate thing. And
I was wondering if, like, maybe I should, like, consider, like, breast reduction or, like, stick it out for a while.
Yeah, wait a while till you've had some time with this and know whether or not it is something you can deal with or want to deal with or like.
Right.
And as far as the physical problems go, if they become really an issue, then obviously it's something you're going to want to pursue. But time will tell on that. I mean, the more significant pathology typically is in the upper back and neck and shoulders. And if that really starts to get to you, then it's something to do.
Yeah.
Karen? Let's see. Don't take this the wrong way, but you described yourself as a curvy gal.
Yeah.
Could you lose any weight?
I've lost, like, a lot of weight. I'm pretty happy with, like, my belly, and I lost, like, a little bit of weight on my hips. I didn't lose any on my chest.
You didn't?
No. I lost a lot on my thighs and my belly, and I'm happy with
It's a very positive trend, by the way.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're overweight, you probably want to shed the pounds first and then see what happened to the breast, because women are always complaining that the breast, thank God a man's penis doesn't shrink when he loses weight. Imagine? We'd be at the Shakey's buffet right now, boys. There'd be no possible way I would even think about not eating anything at that point. Karen.
Yes.
Does that ever happen, Drew, man? Man's penis gets larger when he loses weight.
Just the optical illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karen?
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't you just live with it a little bit longer?
Okay.
As far as guys liking the breasts...
Oh, yeah, they like them a lot.
All right, but let me give you my speech. Because I think there's a lot of logic here. As a breast man, I feel compelled to defend other breastmen. Guys are into women, especially guys in your high school, at the high school age, but for many years past high school, are into women because of physical attributes.
Yeah.
A woman has, why are guys into Elle Macpherson? I'll tell you why. Because she's 6'3" and is amazing looking, right? I mean, isn't that why guys are into Cindy Crawford or whoever it is guys are into, or anyone on Baywatch? I mean, they're into them because they have a beautiful ass and beautiful eyes and beautiful legs and sometimes beautiful boobs and what have you, right?
Right.
Now, why is it such a crime for a man to pick out a particular part of a woman's anatomy. If a woman had beautiful piercing blue eyes or beautiful big pouty lips or velvety smooth skin or whatever it is a guy's into, if a guy's into that, he's fine. There's no problem there. But if he's into the breast, all of a sudden he is some sort of fugitive from justice.
It's a little more.
That's not true.
It's more overt.
Aha! Wait a minute. That's not true?
No, it's not that. Oh, they're a part of me. I mean, I like having them notice. I mean, I like.
Now we're getting somewhere.
That people like it.
Right.
But I don't know. I kind of want people to see the whole picture.
Right.
But they never see the whole picture when you're 17.
I get the lewd comments. I get derogatory type ways. I don't get compliments. I mean, I do get compliments, but not as many as I get "Hey baby" type of things.
All right. I will admit that the breast will bring on the lewd comments a little, and it breaks my heart to have other breast men ruining it for us. You know what I'm saying? Because they love breasts too, but now they're forcing her under the surgeon's scalpel because they can't keep their damn lewd comments to themselves.
It's more overtly sexual, and it's objectifying the person.
Right.
I mean, she doesn't get a chance to be felt worthwhile as a human being. It's as this object.
Yeah, but being 6'2" and tan and beautiful is objectifying the person too.
But those people usually don't come into their own, so to speak, until they're an adult and already have some sense of themselves.
I don't know. I remember a lot of hotties from junior high, minus the boobs.
And what happened to them when they were by the time they were 20?
Crack whores. Just sound like the right answer at the time.
Well, plus men have that Oedipal complex going on, right? Isn't that what it's called?
You mean where they want to get back to the breast? Yeah, if you look at it,
if you're only 16 years old,
Yeah, there is the whole symbolic side of the breast that I try not to delve too much into. It ruins the whole masturbatory thing for me. Tiffany.
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yes, I am.
You're on with Buck 09.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Okay, I have a question. I got my period when I was 12, and a few years ago I noticed kind of a dark discharge when I wasn't on my period, and I went to a nurse practitioner a while ago, and she said it was just old blood, but that didn't sound too comforting because I hadn't had it before, so I was wondering if you could kind of help me out a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's what it is old blood.
That's what it is, so there's nothing I need to worry about?
Not typically. I mean, are you on a pill or anything?
No.
I mean, it suggests either that there's something that, for whatever reason, sort of stays in the vagina and doesn't come out till later, or some part of the uterine lining that you're shedding later. In either case, it's not that big a deal. It's just some mid-cycle blood. It's common. Do you use tampons, or what do you do during your period?
Tampon.
Is there any chance of something? No, that wouldn't be. How long have you been having
What do you want her to use, like a squirrel's tail or something, Drew? What do you think she uses during a period?
Kotex, she could use.
All right, don't smart off, Drew.
Those new things. Haven't you seen those new things?
Yes, Your Highness.
Hey, but this one's got wings. I love those commercials.
How long has this been going on for again?
Maybe about 3 years, 2 or 3 years.
Are you sexually active at all?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So it's probably nothing. I mean, it's if you're on a medication, it's worthwhile looking into that as potentially contributing. If you haven't had a general physical, make sure your thyroid function is normal. This sort of thing is also appropriate.
All right, Drew, we're not taking your next Ritalin call.
Okay.
For Christ's sake, you're turning this to some sort of medical show. Please, we're trying to have a good time here. James, you're 15.
Oh, yeah.
Dark Discharge, by the way, would be a good name for a horror movie, if you think about it.
Or a band.
Oh, yeah.
Dark Discharge.
Like a death metal band?
Yeah.
Dark Discharge. Live at the Roxy.
James.
Yeah.
Playing with spotting.
Or with a mighty sphincter.
There's a triple bill. It's Dark Discharge, spotting, and the mighty sphincters.
and the cramps.
The cramps and old blood.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. The cramps are going to be on this show, aren't they? That's
they
right.
really?
Yeah, Thursday. So, I
Lux Interior.
wonder where Drew got that one. All right, James, what's going on?
Yeah, all right. Think about
Hold on a second.
What happened?
I'm putting him on hold for the teenage attitude. It only takes so much sass from 15-year-olds.
Time out.
A little timeout.
What did he say?
He just shot a little sass our way, Drew. He didn't pick up on it, but the Buck 09 boys did.
Yeah, don't talk back to your elders.
Matt?
Yes.
You're 26.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey.
Good. How are you, man?
Pretty good. Good question for both Buck 09 and the two of you. All right. Now, there's been a lot of reporting on how these manic depressives are using Prozac or whatever kind of drug, and all this. They'll link whatever kind of mental illness they can to try to explain why someone went berserk and shot 5 people. As a manic depressive, how does someone live with the knowledge that they have manic depression or depression, and not really hide it, but not be afraid of other people knowing about it and labeling you as nuts?
Why is that a good question for Bucko 9? This guy's playing a ska band. What the hell do they know about this stuff? Please. I don't even know what the hell this guy's asking. Drew, do you know?
Yeah. There are actually support groups for people with bipolar illness just to talk about exactly these sorts of things. And
they got a metal detector at the door?
And people who are on medications and stable are not nuts. You can go nuts if you're bipolar. It can happen. Your chemistry can drive you to a point that you can do some pretty strange things. But if you've been stable for a long period of time, taking care of yourself properly, just like if you had any other medical problems. I mean, a diabetic who lets his blood sugar go out of control and get pretty goofy, too.
Well, the support groups are mainly full of people who are just wallowing in misery, and it's really no use. I've been to a couple of them, plus numerous therapists and psychiatrists. And
all right. Well, let me explain one thing real quick, Matt. There is no support group called the I just won the lotto and got laid support group. You know what I mean? You're not going to run into the I just banged a supermodel support group. Support groups are made up of people that are unhappy, usually. Although I would like to check that one out, but they don't seem to have that one. You know what I mean? These are people that need support.
Right.
And I don't mean to belittle you, but obviously you're going to run into people that are a little dissatisfied. That's why they got into the support group.
But like with anything, the people around you and close to you are going to have to know you for you and be understanding of supportive, whatever medical problems you have. And to the extent that you take care of yourself and are stable, they will feel secure, and it would be a non-issue. Eventually, I mean, people will not even think of you as Matt the bipolar, because you will not be. You'll be stable. You'll be taking care of your medical problems, seeing a doctor regular, having your medications adjusted, and that's that. You'll just be Matt.
And although mental illness is certainly stigmatized to some degree by the society, I don't think people are scared of bipolars. I don't think people or fear people that are on medication. I mean, there's a lot of jokes and that sort of thing, and I'll grant him that, but I don't think people are worried that these guys are going to come into the work with a shotgun and take everyone out. Should we worry, Drew?
No.
No. Okay. All right. I had something I wanted to say, but I can't remember what it was. All right, it is Loveline. We're running late for our little 10-second intermission. We have Bucko 9 here tonight, and we'll be back with John and Jonas in 10 seconds. All right. Oh, the boys are enamored with the cough button.
Yeah.
Someone's got to put some duct tape over that thing.
You're getting more grandiose all the time.
What? I think when someone brings you a mug of tea, you should thank them.
I said
Drew.
thank you.
No, I didn't hear any thank you.
Grandpa.
And did he thank you?
Could you hear me say thank you?
No.
I said
no? I can't hear Ann, but
you.
No.
I can't hear you.
Hi.
Oh, there you
okay.
are.
He whispered it.
Yes.
There was a little head nod there.
And if I had said it...
You know what? We've worked together for 10 years, so I know when he means thank you.
All right, but poor Lisa brought him a mug of steaming something yesterday, and he said nothing at all. I'm just trying to keep
And if I say something, he goes, hey, can we do a radio show here?
Oh, please, Drew.
Speak up.
Drew, this was 5 minutes before the show started, please.
I saw a little hand stroking there.
He said, "What's up?"
Well, I was apologizing for asking her to do it.
All right, so let's get back to the show, Drew, please. Bucko 9 is here. 28 Teeth is the name of the CD, and it's back to the phones. We go, Derek.
Hey, Alan.
Hey,
Alan. My parents just got a satellite dish.
hold on, Derek.
Yeah.
Who are you calling Alan?
Is Alan there?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Hey, man,
Maybe
what's
call
going
him
on?
Drek instead of Derek.
Oh. Yeah, what's up, Dr. Drew? Hey,
It's Adam, dude.
my parents got a
This guy's
satellite
an
dish,
asshole.
and then they have porno,
Yeah.
and I saw it, and sometimes I get a rod. Yeah, housekeeping.
Beavis,
What's up, boys?
Who's this guy?
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. What the hell does that mean?
It's from Tommy Boy, you nerd. What's going on?
Oh my God! Oh, Ann, you. Oh, all right. Okay.
I thought it was cornholio.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, well, if it isn't crappy and cruddy.
Oh, you are perfect. Boy, what? You know what? I take it back. You have talent.
I'm gifted. I can play a scared kid.
You fooled us completely, David.
Daddy, don't. Dad, I have school tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the great David Spade.
You can take great out, but I'll take David Spade.
All right, you want to talk about the TV show?
Well, if you're going to beat it to death, I guess so.
How's that going?
Oh, I don't like to talk about it, but if you bring it up, it's, last time I was on, I was telling you about my little dopey show.
Well, last time you were on, I believe it was about 4 months ago, 5 months ago, something like that.
Yeah,
maybe 6 months. And the show had been on for a couple of episodes.
Right.
And then you said it was going to come back as part of the new fall lineup.
Right.
And I guess we're at that point, aren't we?
And don't wish too hard, because guess what? It came true.
And was that last week that it premiered?
No, it's actually tomorrow's the first one.
Oh, it is. I thought the station started last week.
Some stuff did.
Well, some did. I'm learning about this myself. I don't know what's going on. I'm not even part of Must See. I'm part of Please See if you're around. It's NBC, but it's not part of their precious Thursday.
What night is it?
It's Tuesday. It's tomorrow night.
Ah,
It's after Frasier.
I guess he mentioned that.
After Frasier, how about that?
Drew, that's your favorite show, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is?
He's like,
there's like 3 shows.
Doctor, we should hang out.
No, it's about 3 shows I watch sometimes.
Which
Do
one?
you, Drew? Come on! I want you to put us in the rotation.
David Spade. Well, now we were automatic. Well, I think you were coming on after we had to leave to broadcast, right? You come on at like 9.
I come on at. Oh yeah, you have to go to work.
Yeah.
At 9:30.
Yeah.
It goes Frasier, us, then Dateline, NBC.
Not bad. Not a bad couple of shows to be boxed in between.
Not a bad little hammock.
Boxed in between.
Now, how does it work? And I swear to God, I was about to call him Derek, because that's what it says up on the screen. How does it work, David? I mean, do they get the ratings in? And
It's tricky. I think it's like a movie opening. It's all about, the first week, how it does. It's not quite as much pressure as a movie, because sometimes TV ratings go up and down and blah, blah, blah. But this is their first week of their whole NBC fall schedule, so tonight was like all Chick Monday. You've heard about that.
Right, they were trying to counter-program Monday Night Football.
Yeah, right. So I don't know if it worked. We'll find out tomorrow. And then tomorrow night is like Mad About You. Their baby episode is finally here.
Oh, for Christ's sake, I was watching them.
Don't even start. And then there's...
Well, listen, I don't give a good goddamn what the kid's name is, by the way.
I like when they say, and his name is, then a big question mark, like everyone's on the edge of their seat.
Like, I'm losing sleep at night whether the guy's name is Tom or Bob.
I know. All I do is I hope people tune in for a ratings bonanza to see if they named him Derek. So then it's news radio, then it's Frasier, then Just Shoot Me, and then it's Dateline.
All right, what about the weekends? No, I'm just kidding, David.
What about the weekend?
All right, so the reviews have been pretty good, haven't they?
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, since we're in a weird spot because we're not really a new show, we're not an old show because it was already on 6 times, so it's kind of it kind of gets skipped over when they talk about new shows. But I think it'll do all right. It's actually pretty funny, and I think it'll be good. And you can watch it, and then if you don't like it, don't watch it again.
Well, now, why do they do that? And I know you probably told us the story last time you were here, but they ran it for 6 episodes. They pulled it, so they weren't so in love with it that they would just let it keep going, right?
Well, no, we only did 6. Summer.
Oh, you only did 6, and then summer came around?
Yeah, we only did 6, then we all went to summer camp.
Oh, okay.
And with the NBC Peacock.
Right. And now, how many are you going to do now?
Well, now we do like 13 of them, and then they see how it goes, and if they like it, we do more. But
you know that routine.
Oh.
Well, you know that drill.
Oh, I know.
Is there a band there that's just like, why is this guy calling?
Yeah, Bucko
That's
Nine's
what I was thinking
miserable
about this
right now.
I'm sorry, you guys.
That's
This
all
is
right.
just a quickie because last time I was there, this gorgeous girl, Brittany Powell, was on with me, and Dr. Drew didn't give me the time of day.
Yeah, I miss Brittany.
He didn't even know I was alive.
Does she still have a TV show?
Is Brittany Powell? I don't know. She was on like Sunset Beach or Miami Falls or something that had to do with
Miami
frolicking.
Spice.
She was on one of those Pacific Palisades.
Yeah, and you know
canceled?
you gotta be hot to be on that
That's all right. She's still prime time in
yeah,
my.
she's a doll. So I was on there, and you guys were chilling me, and then so this time I thought I can't drive all the way down there to just get brushed off.
Well, when are you going to come back?
Dr. Drew, give me the straight arm.
Stop pouting. When are you coming back?
Come back where? To there?
Yeah.
Whenever. It's fun. I'll come in there again. I'll come on with Laura.
Why don't you come on Monday, the following Monday, 1 week from today? I'm looking up at the calendar. What's wrong with that?
No, I might be in Phoenix. I have a gig in Phoenix.
You doing stand-up?
Yeah, but then after that,
All right.
I'll come in the week after that. If you guys don't mind, it'll be fun. We always have a good time when I'm there, right?
Yes. Derek. I mean, David.
Oh, you're
I have good advice, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Leave it alone. It'll go away.
Hold on. Drew, do you even know who you're talking to, by the way?
Derek. David.
Drew,
you're funny.
Don't run from your feelings. When we're there, we have the time of our lives.
It's true. We are one.
Hey, David, Ann tells me your book for November 2nd.
What's that, for Loveline?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'll be cool.
All right, that's soon enough.
Yeah, well, I don't want to hog the time. These guys are cool in there, and I appreciate you letting me call.
Well, actually, I'm going to drop in on November 2nd and take some of your time,
Back to
pal.
real problems, because if you got into my psyche, Drew, you'd have a field day.
Oh, yeah.
The more I talk, the more
David,
you figure out.
I've known you long enough and well enough to know that.
Yeah, what a mess I am.
Well, you're no Andy Dick, but you're still pretty screwed up. Just Shoot Me premieres.
Band, and I will talk to you guys soon. I'll be in there November 2nd, and we'll rock it out.
All right, David. Thanks for
All right,
calling.
thanks, you guys.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Just Shoot Me tomorrow night, I guess, at 9 o'clock following Frasier. Help watch the show. Get good ratings. That way David can keep the H habit alive. I think you know what I'm talking about.
And it's boxed in nicely, as you said.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that line.
Dateline.
We need to get boxed in somewhere. Here's the difference between them and what we do on TV. They shoot 13 episodes and then have to wait and see if they get picked up again. We shoot, 65 episodes and wait to see if we get picked up again. But the difference is they
get paid?
Yes. Our
they get paid, and they get promotion.
Yes.
Oh.
Hey, Drew. Wow. Oh, if they're listening, they're going to be pissed at Drew for a change. Jamie.
Yes.
Hey, you're 21.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
I was calling about the gal who called earlier about her breast size. I'm a 36D myself, and I'm only 5'3". I started growing breasts when I was like 6th grade. In the 7th grade, I had C cup, borderline D cup. I got called everything from Dolly Parton to Twin Peaks. Okay?
Oh.
But I also am an ex-Hooter girl. And you learn to get used to it.
Oh, Hooter girl. Okay. That's like one word.
A Hooter girl.
Uh-huh.
What I'm saying is that she should keep better posture. Just hold herself a little more upright. She wouldn't have such a hard time. I'm also trained to be a massage therapist, so I know a lot about anatomy.
Oh, could you imagine Jamie coming over and working you over with those double Ds?
I have a hard time keeping my breast out of it, and someone suggested I do it in my Hooter uniform. I was like, how hard do you think it would be with that uniform on?
Oh. and you see, no, I mean, I just got a massage, what was it, a month or so ago, Drew? And I was saying, I got a massage from a guy. But I was scared that after lying on my belly for a half hour and wearing nothing but a sheet, when he told me to flip over, there might be something there. I really was. I mean, just, get naked. If I stand around naked for a half hour, I'm going to get wood eventually. And if I get
the breeze catches you just right.
Yeah, right.
They prepare us. We're able to deal with it.
But has that ever happened to you, Jamie?
Actually, it's never happened to me yet. But there's another guy.
Who are you working with? Veterans or something?
No.
What do you mean?
There's another lady who did it, and this gentleman had been going to her for several, and he goes, well, it happened once, and he goes, well, what did you do? He goes, it's not what I did, it's what she did. She flicked it.
She flicked it?
She flicked it with her finger. He said it never happened again. I would never do that, but...
Yeah. Define it.
His penis.
Boy,
That make you feel better.
You don't waffle too much, Jamie. You go right for the P word.
She flicked.
All right, so you're saying if a girl has large breasts, she should hold her head up, hold her jugs out, walk erect,
be proud of
and
yourself.
be proud.
I mean, I wouldn't wear them in a sling and show them off, but I mean, not totally.
Right. Well,
Don't have them hang out. I mean, I used to be a 36 triple D. I lost weight.
Oh.
My mother is 5'1". She just had a breast reduction surgery from a 36 triple D to a regular D.
Oh boy, I'd love to get out to the family reunion.
Well, she had a breast. She's 47 years old. She looks like she's about 35. My mother and I'm very much like my mother. We're very hourglass figures. For her, it was starting to get a little hard on her back. But she's a triple D, and she's only 5'1". So in that case, I'd say, yeah, All
right, but I think your argument of being shorter and having heavier breasts does not bode well with me, because I would think the taller you were, using leverage.
Well, I used to have people say I had the perfect size breast if I was 11 feet tall.
Okay.
So, I mean, how can you balance it out? I've
All right, Jamie.
You just gotta,
Jamie?
Yeah?
Jamie, just put the outfit on and dance around, baby.
Around. No, I used to work at Hooters, and that was one of the most popular questions is, what size is your bra and do you wear underwear? And...
I tell you, Jamie, I'm getting rid of you now so I can talk about Hooters for a second.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you guys have been to Hooters before, but... And it's not normally my kind of place. To me, if I'm going to a strip club, I want to go to a strip club. And I'm not necessarily interested in the boobs and food mixture. I like to go to a place where I can just ogle.
Topless
and I don't
and
have to
bottomless?
pretend not to notice. Yeah, or I'll go for a topless place so I can enjoy beer. But Hooters, at least the one I went to one time, had... about 10 or 11 women working there. They were all spectacular. It's not just like they get a good-looking one for the poster and then they got a bunch of dogs in the back, flipping hash or something. They all were amazing. Drew, have you ever been to the Hooters?
No.
Never brought the kids to the Hooters?
No.
No. It's getting close to that time. Justin?
Yeah.
Hey, you got a question for the band?
Yeah, actually I do. First of all, Adam, your analogy on the horn thing, right on, dude. Definitely. That's what music is nowadays, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad.
How'd you guys get hooked up with Primus, guys?
Actually, the call came in from their agent to ours.
Wasn't it Les?
It was, I guess the band themselves, Primus, they're going out on this fall tour to promote their new album, and they were looking for bands, and they called us. I'm not really sure how or why, or I guess Les Claypool was. That's what I had heard.
Now, are they opening for you, or you guys opening for them?
No, we're opening up.
No, that's what I heard. That's why I asked. Because I
understand.
thought they were opening for you. Like, how the hell did you guys score that?
No, we're opening up for them, and it just kind of came to us through the, through the channels that these things usually go through.
Right.
And, we graciously accepted because, they're one of our favorite bands.
I've got a good idea, just for fun, because you haven't started the tour yet.
Yeah.
When you show up, whatever your first venue is, and Primus is there, you guys just stand around, and you're going to have to coach the whole band. And if there's a guy who can't play along, good, just tell him to wait out in the bus. Because there's always someone who ruins it. And just look at him, straight in the face and go, well, you guys better get out there. It's almost 8. And they go, huh? And you go, come on, set your equipment up. And they go, no, you're opening for us. Oh, and then just get real indignant. Yeah. Just start freaking out on him. And then laugh real hard, like go, okay. All right, no, that's good. All right. But seriously, you better start setting up the drum kit. And just keep going with it. And then just start getting pissed off and ask for a phone. Do you think they'd do that, Justin?
Oh, absolutely. That would definitely be cool. That's why I was wondering. I was like, how the hell do they do that? Because that just doesn't seem possible. But, I mean, I love you guys to death.
Yeah.
You guys are just awesome.
Thanks, man.
I really enjoy your music.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Fresno, California, actually.
Cool.
You guys going to get out that way?
Actually, we were just out in Fresno. Did we play it at that, what's it called? That radio festival.
You talking about Camp KOME?
Oh, yeah.
No, there's one in Fresno.
They actually had, you guys had one.
The Rev.
You know the Rev, the DJ out there?
Yeah, the Reverend.
That station had a radio festival. It was like Smash Mouth, Sugar Ray. You didn't hear about it?
Oh, the mighty KFRR
birthday bash
out there.
Yeah, KFRR.
Yeah,
that's right.
Hey, Kupfer.
It was the birthday celebration, the birthday bash.
Matter of fact, you guys, I believe we're on KFRR right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm listening to you guys on.
That means you guys are on there, too.
Yeah, killer.
Oh, we've come full circle with this conversation. That's how Justin heard the show, and that's why he called in, Drew. All right, I completely lost control here. What?
James,
you're 15.
I'm sorry about the last time.
This is the guy you put in purgatory.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's great. They always apologize.
If they didn't, they're afraid to get hung up on next time.
All right, man. When I was in 5th grade, about at the end, before summer started, I got this thing with my penis. It was like, it's kind of like discomfort. Thing moves a little bit, and it bothers the hell out of me. So, I kind of thought, it's gonna go away. It's gonna go away. But it kind of got worse and worse and worse. and it kind of got better here, and then it got worse again. So it keeps going on and off. And I got to some back.
18.
This is not pain with erection, right? It's just kind of a weird sensation you have all the time.
No, there's no like pain or anything.
What is it?
Well, what do you feel weird about?
No, it's just kind of like just it's got to be like in there, locked in. And if it moves, it just bothers me.
Has anything ever happened to you? Were you ever touched or sexually abused when you were young?
No, I don't think so. No.
The other time I've seen this particular syndrome, and I've seen.
Wait a minute. Did
listen.
he answer your question on whether there was pain with the erection or pain?
He said no. It's just this is a particular syndrome, and I've seen this a few times. And this is. Let me ask a couple of questions. Do you have a lot of sort of rituals you do during the day? You wash your hands a lot of times, and.
Not really.
Do you have to have, you have to have certain numbers and you turn your TV off a certain way and that kind of thing?
No, not exactly. I don't think so.
Not exactly. How does it work with you?
Sometimes I feel like, I got to put my money in this certain way. Or something.
Right. Okay. You have to close the door a certain number of times.
Usually not, though. Just once in every blue moon.
Well, all right. A syndrome I've seen this occur with is an obsessive-compulsive disorder. And it's a very strange syndrome. Women get this very strange preoccupation of feeling about their genitalia. And medicines that are good for obsessive-compulsive disorder, like Prozac or Luvox, and Afrinil, these things are... I've seen them take these symptoms away completely. Okay? So it does not have to mean that he was sexually abused. It can be part of the biology of...
You know what I think it was, though? Like, when I was small, I would, really masturbate a lot since, 3 or something, or 4, till now, and I think it's because my mom would tell me don't touch yourself,
Mm-hmm.
And after doing it for such a long time, I kind of I think my brain made up its own problem because I always felt that it was bad.
Well,
and I think to cope with the problem, my brain I just kind of made up this problem itself.
Well, it's definitely something that has a biological component to it. It may have a psychological component, but you need to get treatment for it before you hurt yourself.
I was thinking of hypnosis. Do you think?
No, you see a psychiatrist, and there are medication that will help with this. Okay?
Could he go to someone to hypnotize him into going to a psychiatrist?
People have very unrealistic expectations about how they can be fixed.
Believe me, I went and got hypnosis one time. All I could hear is people driving up and down Ventura Boulevard where the office was. I was I'd be lying there, and it'd be like a half hour into, okay, Adam, you're a supreme being, you're very confident, you love your parents, and I'd say, it's a 52 Oldsmobile going down the street. I could just hear every single thing. I couldn't be hypnotized whatsoever. Drew, can you be hypnotized?
I've never tried.
Jonas?
Some people can't be hypnotized, Adam.
No, I've never tried
that.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Do you think it's worth a try, though?
No.
Listen, hold on a second. Let me yell at James. James, you're taking up 5 minutes of the doctor's very important time.
Right.
He's telling you what you need to do. That's why you called, so you could get his opinion. He has rendered his opinion. Now, you got a problem, you called in, you want to take care of it, fine. He's told you what to do. Please do it.
See this guy.
Okay? That's fine.
Interesting you picked up on how a lot of obsessives compulsives are. You tell them what to do, and they just go right off onto their own stuff.
James sounded like he had a little something up with him. And here's, by the way, what I've learned from this show, and now tend to trust it in real life. You can basically tell what's up with people by having about a 2-minute conversation with them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter what you're talking about. It's not really about the content of the conversation, but it's more about their inflection and their voice and the quality and the way they put together their sentences.
And the way they make you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vibe that you get off of them. Yeah. You could be talking about the Dodgers, or you could be talking about the space shuttle, or you could be talking about your family,
now,
whatever it is.
In James's case, Adam's first clue is when he talked about cutting off his genitalia. Adam thought, maybe something's up with him.
That's why it'd be a good shrink.
Yeah.
That'd be a red flagger, is what I would call it.
Cutting off the genitalia?
When a 15-year-old talks about removing his genitalia at 18.
That's a bit severe. Maybe he should move to Zaire, where there's tribes who do that for fun.
They cut off their genitalia?
Yeah.
No, you're full of crap. True, you go for anything that has to do with genital mutilation, don't you? All right, we'll be back with Buck 09. And Drew, why don't you sell the hell out of the next call?
Here's Al. He wants to know why he fantasizes about girlfriends having sex with other men.
Okay, this is good.
Hi, this is David Spade, and when I'm driving around listening to the radio, if there's absolutely nothing on any other station, I listen to Loveline with Adam and Drew, because I'm naughty.
He's also sassy, that boy. John and Jonas are here from Buck 09. Name of the CD, 28 Teeth. It's got art on it that reminds me of, what is it, like Doonesbury or something? I don't know why.
Actually,
like the
it kinda
cops.
looks like
Skateboarding graphics, kind of.
Isn't there a cop on like a cartoon strip or something that I don't know if it's Doonesbury or what it is, but it just reminds me of that. Does that remind you of that?
No.
Okay.
Well, the guy who did the graphics, his name's Ron Cameron, and he designed skateboard graphics for Blockhead. Is that right, John?
Yeah, Blockhead skateboards back in the late 80s.
And he just designed this stuff?
Yeah,
I mean,
he just drew that up for us and showed it to us, and and that was almost like the original drawing of it.
You know what's cool about art is, like, you look at this, the drawings on this, and they're not real advanced, and you think someone with marginal talent could do this, but
they can't.
The thing that's it's all right. I'll try to articulate myself here. Drew, you tell me if you know what I'm talking about here. Sometimes you see art or a character or whatever, and it's real simple stuff, and you think, I could have done that.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah.
And there's other stuff that's real simple or even more advanced, but it doesn't work. And I can't quite explain what it is in humans that understand what works and what doesn't work. I mean, like, you take a look at, like, Bart Simpson, and you go, this is a ridiculous drawing.
Right.
I mean, there's no hairline or anything. There's just this bizarre head that goes up like this, and but for some reason it works. And I can't quite explain. I guess that's the difference between successful artists.
Well, he brings these characters to life.
Host.
You know, these kind of characters on our CD. That we like them so much because they represent like characters, and you can kind of see what their personalities would be like. You know, so
like that guy in the bottom right.
And like each character kind of has his own song that he's like attached to too.
But there's a theory called KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
That's like the theory of art.
Yeah. Unless you're really good. But there's nothing worse than someone trying to do really elaborate art who sucks. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Drew, you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
Can you give us an example of one of those people?
True.
This is Al.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Al's not. Drew's not playing along tonight. Hey, Al.
How you guys doing?
What's going on?
All right. I don't know if it's a problem. I don't know. I want to tell you what's going on. That I tend to fantasize about other men or women having sex with the girls that I go out with, or I'm just having a sex relationship with.
Mm-hmm. Is this past boyfriends, or is this just any man?
No, just any. Just make them up.
Yeah, but what I mean is like, you go out with a girl.
Yeah.
She had a boyfriend prior to you.
Yeah.
Maybe you meet the guy. Do you
nothing like that.
You just make up.
No,
like he has fantasies about his girl with other guys. Is that what you're saying, dude?
Yeah. I mean, it could be a white guy, a black guy, Latin.
Yeah, just whatever. Yeah.
Or women once in a while.
This is while you're physically involved with somebody, or just when you're by yourself?
While we're actually having sex, and while we're not.
But so what I'm saying, I know I'm beating this to the ground. It's just a random guy.
Yeah.
It's not some story she told you about some guy.
No, nothing like that.
Nothing specific.
Nothing specific. I don't even know who the guy is. I just make him up.
Could you work me in there? I mean,
what does your girlfriend look like?
I don't care. It's just my fantasy life. You know? I mean, I'm not really humping her. I'll still count it, though, if she's good looking.
Well, yeah, they all are.
So it's just a strange man.
Yeah, just any guy.
Okay.
I don't.
Are you like in picturing yourself, like the three of you guys together? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not in it. I just.
Oh, it's him and her.
Yeah, it's like voyeurism. You know, just.
Oh yeah.
Are you there with a camera, like a video camcorder?
Hey, he's a voyeurist.
No, just looking.
Mm-hmm. And when she, this is a little bit off the subject, but it's germane in some ways. When she tells you, do you get turned on, like when she tells you about past experiences with other guys and that kind of thing?
No, we don't. I don't even say anything. They don't even know I fantasize about this.
I think this is more of sort of this kind of a demeaning, almost aggressive quality to this. You know, do you feel that at all?
I'll have to go with yes because I've done this before. It seems I'm demeaning and aggressive in relationships.
All of them.
It's happened with all your girlfriends.
No, I've only had 3 girlfriends, but every other woman that I slept with, it's happened the same thing.
Even if you're sleeping with her for the first time.
Even if it happens the first time.
Sam, it's a way of distancing himself from the whole situation, right? It's sort of, don't you think?
Yeah.
It creates a much more, it's less of an intimacy because there's another person there rather than you having to actually deal with the person you're with.
Is the guy's penis bigger than yours?
I don't know. I don't look at their penis. I just I just concentrate on.
Because that'd be kind of weird, you know.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird. I just concentrate on like the positions he's in, her expressions, you know.
What would happen if you didn't include this fantasy and what was happening?
No, I wouldn't. I mean,
is this something she knows about too, or is it just in your mind? Just in his mind.
Just in my mind.
Do you satisfy your girlfriend? Do you know for a fact?
Yeah, very well.
But okay. I think it's a fairly common fantasy of a lot of guys to see their girlfriend or wife or whoever with another guy, except for they don't really want them to be with another guy.
Yeah.
So they kind of keep it on a fantasy level.
He's saying he can never have a physical intimacy without this fantasy intruding.
Right.
It happens all the time. Like 90% of the time.
You ever have sex in front of the mirror?
No. Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah. If you were having sex in front of the mirror and you looked up into the mirror, would you be seeing another guy?
Not as a fantasy.
What's that?
Not as much as a fantasy that I have with her and other men.
Wait, where does that one go? All right.
That if I see myself having sex with a woman in a mirror, it doesn't turn me on as much as fantasizing of her having sex with other men.
Okay. Well, why don't you actually invite someone over to have sex with your girlfriend, and then you can tell whether...
No way. No.
So you're not going for that?
I'm not going there, man.
All right, I think it's an intimacy and a distance thing.
Yeah, I think if you just try to eliminate the fantasy and try to stay with the person...
You know, sometimes I have problems like having an orgasm unless I think about it.
Right. It gets too overwhelming, too anxiety-provoking. And so.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm calling.
Well...
All right, so how's he cure it, Drew? This is a tough one?
Yeah.
Hey, do you like your mom?
Yeah, of course, she's my mother. I love her.
Was there any violence in your home ever when you were growing up?
No.
Nothing like that?
No. I mean, my whole thing has been fine. I've never been abused, never been sexually abused, nothing like that.
And your relationship's been pretty good?
Yeah. I mean, the girls that I'm with kind of say that I'm like a little bit like sick because I tend to masturbate a lot.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is that the reason why I masturbate a lot is because I fantasize about them with other men.
Oh, so it's their fault.
Yeah, it's their fault for getting intimate with me,
Do you watch pornos?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and do you watch the scenes where there's a man and a woman and get off on that as opposed to a woman on woman?
No, I got off on both.
Because maybe you're so obsessed, subconsciously with pornos man on woman that you can't achieve orgasm unless you think about a man with a woman.
Behaviorally conditioned to that stimulus.
You have a Pavlovian penis.
So would this lead to me like masturbating a lot? Because I get that a lot. That I masturbate too much, which I don't think so.
Again, that's too has an aggressive quality to it. So I don't know. We're not going to get at it.
How much is too much masturbation, Al? What can we put you down for?
Like on a bad day, like 5 or 6 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
On a bad day.
What's a banner day?
A better day? Like 10, 11.
11?
Yeah.
All right, that's fairly... listen, when I say you got a problem masturbating, you got a problem. It's like Betty Ford saying, I think I got a problem drinking.
But
I feel sorry for your penis.
Actually, like, when I'm like regularly intimate with a woman. Even like, for example, before she comes, I masturbate like twice. While she's here, I masturbate like twice. When she leaves, I masturbate like twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Something up.
Yeah.
Oh, joke, man.
Boy, who's doing the laundry over at Al's place? That's the big question.
I got a piece of advice. Maybe if you just tried to refrain from masturbating just as hard as you can, because maybe you're desensitizing yourself so much to sex because when you masturbate, you're actually probably pulling harder.
There's something going on with Al.
Yeah, Al's very, very obsessive about this. But this is interesting that you bring up the whole porn movie thing, because I think you can find out a little bit about a guy's sexuality by how he views a porn movie. Now, I'm not saying whether he watches one or not. Let's just assume all guys have seen porn movies, and most guys enjoy them. But when you watch a porn movie and you see a guy with a woman, most guys would probably say that they picture themselves in place of the guy who's on top of the woman, or in the ones I rent, he pictures. See, the problem with me is there's 8 guys, so it's hard for me. I have to actually make my way around to envelop the body of all 8 Marines before we get to the money shot. But the point
Dan, are you
is,
listening to this, man?
when I watch a porn movie, and this is how come I think something's wrong with me, I just watch the porn movie and I watch it almost at face value. Like, it's like going to a symphony. I don't picture myself out on stage with a cello. I just sit there and enjoy. That's how I watch a porn movie. I'm like just watching. As a matter of fact, like a grip could come by with a beer and a thing of duct tape on his belt or whatever. It wouldn't bother me at all. It's just whatever's going on is going on. I don't put myself in the role of anybody who's actually out there. Mm-hmm. Now, do you guys, Drew, forget about Drew. John, what do? Do you just view?
I do both. Probably picture in the role,
right?
And just watch, depending on the day.
All right, so you're flexible.
Yeah, I'm flexible
Jonas?
with that.
I would.
Someone told me you're lying from the next room. How do you know, Ann?
How can you see them? I can't even see them.
I can see through the window here. Oh, he's lying about what?
What do I do then?
This is great radio. Jonas, what about yourself?
Well, I would have to say I just take it at face value.
You don't insert yourself into the video?
No. I mean...
I'm glad to hear this.
I like watching, actually, and it's probably stereotypical of me to say this, but I like watching women with women in porno as more so as opposed to, like, men with women.
Right.
But that's probably, someone will say, that's so stereotypical.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you could make an argument. You could really make a pro and con argument for just about all of the different porn scenarios. But I am definitely... I'll go for the occasional lesbian scene just to surprise myself, just to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
But for me, it's man and woman, heterosexual stuff, but yet I do not insert myself into the video.
I think the best are the 2 girls and 1 guy. Those are the best ones.
2 girls and 1 guy?
Yeah, that's kind of a little of both.
Yeah, that does kind of spread around. Although there is something to be said.
And the girls are a little friendly,
I don't mind the 2 guys with 1 girl thing. I know that's double the penis, but there's still
double your buck.
there's still something in it there for me. Drew,
yeah.
You're a what are you? You're age to perfection. You like the older chicks,
just
right?
Delighted to be here.
Okay.
Are you Sagittarius?
No.
All right. When we come back, Drew, you don't even know your sign, do you?
Yeah.
Drew was not born during any calendar month. He was just hatched. He's from outer space. All right. He has to. Okay. So we're going to go to break. Drew is going to go talk to the great Orson, and a little Mork and Mindy reference there, and we'll be back after this. You're listening to Loveline in Washington and Baltimore on 99.1 HFS. Hey, it is the Loveline. John and Jonas are here from Bucko 9. Jonas was just telling us about his love for bestiality.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I've never seen one of those videos.
Well, actually, I want to credit Royce from the Suicide Machines with introducing us to the art of bestiality.
Well, we've had the
I wouldn't really
Suicide
call
Machines.
it art, dude. I would have to say that none of us enjoyed that day.
What?
But it was like one of those things.
What animal were you looking at?
He busted out this one where it was a pony.
horse,
Yeah, a pony on a woman, and then there was a dog on a woman.
And how do they get a pony on a woman, by the way? I mean, how does that work? I mean,
oh man, just thinking about it like really grosses me out. But
were these
she was
from
like,
Germany or
like,
something?
She started massaging its
They
sheath.
weren't having sex, but
Right.
she was like, whatever, doing with the hand there.
You know,
That
it's
kind of
funny.
deal.
You know, it always kills me is people that get really upset about these bestiality movies, not for the women that are involved, but for the animals.
Yeah.
Like they get really. There's a lot of nutballs in this world that get really freaked out about animals, and they're all screwed up, flawed people, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't like to see animals destroyed. I don't want to see a puppy ran over by a truck. But people that get really weird when like there's some TV show and an insect gets stepped on or something, these are all screwed up people. But these people get really freaked out for the animals' point of view, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, come on, this German Shepherd is in hog heaven. I mean, think about it. I mean, as a German Shepherd, you're getting a hand job. Come on. like the animal knows it's being exploited. What the hell's the animal care? It's eating kibble out of a bowl, for Christ's sake, and getting a newspaper. I mean, how can you exploit a pony? Let me tell you what pony exploitation is. Putting a smelly saddle on it and having a bunch of snot-nosed kids ride around it on a circle every day of your life down at the fair for about 15 years until you finally just keel over and die. What would you rather do? If you were a pony, would you rather work in the lucrative, fast-paced porn industry? Or would you rather work at some sort of zoo, like petting zoo or something, and haul around Drew's kids all day long? Seriously, I think the pony's having the greatest time.